Well, folks, would you have a look at that stunning sunset that is unfolding right behind us here in the entrance estate in the heart of Anglevale. Folks, I'm at the front of number 14 Cabbatappy Street in Anglevale, and we've just commenced our marketing campaign here. And I want to talk to you about some of the feedback and conversations we've been having openly with the market buyers coming through this one, and particularly those first-time buyers coming into the market of, well, why do we buy something as luxe and established as 14 Cabbatappy Street when we can potentially try and build something out ourselves, brand new, like that, just around the corner or over the road? And some of the buyers that have been coming through this home, first-time buyers, most certainly looking at the established version here completed, turnkey, look, touch and feel as we walk through the home now, versus going around the corner to the display home and looking at, well, what can I achieve if I build it out? Now, obviously, for first-time buyers, yes, there's incentives about right now to encourage you to go and build with stamp duty exemptions, grants and so forth. However, a conversation I've had with a buyer just recently, first-time buyer coming into the market, highly appealed by this home. This isn't your standard finish. As I flip the camera around, the stunning presentation and luxurious finish of 14 Cabbatappy Street. Not your standard build, 2.7 ceilings, beautiful stone bench tops, high quality fixtures and fittings throughout, butler's pantry, you name it, it's all done. But talking to a buyer recently, they've looked at the display home around the corner and potentially looking at building something out. And they asked me the question, Chris, beautiful home, love it, but I get no grants and incentives here. Correct, you don't. This one has been occupied. However, I asked them the question on their current circumstances. And now typically on a property of, let's say around $800,000, a first-time buyer, if they build it out, is going to be incentivised and saving around $47,000 thereabouts. I'm just coming out to the 480 square metre, nice secure block, which again is a real perk of this property. Not your standard 300 square metre, 350 square metre cut. It's a larger width and depth block of 480 square metres, complemented by this beautiful alfresco entertaining area. But I said to this gentleman, you can build it out and wait 15, 16, 17 months thereabouts, but are you at home living with mum and dad at the moment, or are you renting? And his response was, I'm renting. I said, okay, how much are you spending a week in rent? He said, my partner and I are going halves at $650 per week. I said, okay. I said, what you need to factor in as part of your potential cost savings is if you go and build something out, you're in a rental, you're still paying rent for the next 15, 16, 17 months, depending on build time frames, no variables, no extras in building materials, changing in costs, labour costs changing as well. And these are the things you got to be conscious of when you're building out a property. It's not always a fixed price. There can be variables that change, whether it be the build material costs, whether it be labour costs as well. So I just want you to factor in that, let's say hypothetically, you waited 16 months, times that by $650 per week, work that out by 15 months. That's what you're spending in rent over that time. Versus if you get into the market now, you're buying something established. He loved this home. He said it's the most stunning home he's walked into, far superior than any display home that he's seen. You can have it now move in the next 30 days. So what are you exhausting in paying in rent over the next 15, 16 months versus getting into the market now? You're almost doing like for like and exhausting whatever you'd save in grants and incentives. You're going to be paying that in rent now whilst you remain in your rental for that period of time whilst your property is built out. So first-time buyers, keep that in mind. If you're staying at home with mum and dad, not paying any rent or board as such, you got no expenses, well, obviously that's a different conversation. But if you are paying rent and you're waiting time to be built, you could be exhausting the weekly expense of rental income. Pretty much could eat away at any build grants, incentives that you could achieve in being incentivised to go out and build. Any property questions, always, I'm just a call away. DM me, I'm always here to help. Cheers, guys.